Hello, Olis!
Oh gosh.
This is Vivi and welcome once again to my channel, a place where we talk about personal finances, personal development, and our journey towards financial freedom. I'm doing laundry right now. I'm not sure if you can hear it. Our kitchen is 99% done, and this process has taken so long that, you know what, I just thought I'll just share before and after already. The things that need to be finished are so minimum that it's okay. I think you can get the main idea of the final 100%. So I'm not sure if you've seen any of my vlogs of our journey with this duplex that we purchased. So this is actually a renovation for a rental. We're not renting, we are the owners and we're looking to rent this property. So we're going to talk about that, about everything that has been done in the kitchen and everything that we thought of for our kitchen with the mindset of renting it down the road. So we got this duplex. We've closed the sale in the end of October. We finally moved in the end of December, so the day after Christmas, and we took that long because we wanted to renovate this whole place. Go check out my vlogs where I talk to you about these things so you can follow along in the journey. But just the journey in the kitchen has been a particular journey by itself because we ordered the cabinets. We thought that we were going to move in with a kitchen already renovated, but the cabinets, they took forever to get here. It took longer than what they told us to. They said they were going to be by December, then they say by January, and they finally ended up arriving in February. So that was not what they told us. So we're not gonna go with them again because it was too long. It took way longer than they told us, and two, when the cabinets came here, they didn't have a lot of instructions, and the instructions weren't very clear. So it was like, by itself, it was a little complicated. We're thinking that maybe this is for contractors or something, for people that already know how to build cabinets and they have experience, so they don't need that many instructions. But we're not contractors or anything like that, and we tried to build it ourselves. So we're thinking maybe for the other unit on the next side, we'll just try the IKEA cabinets. So because of that, we've been living in a kitchen. I'm gonna be showing you pictures of the process and stuff like that. And we've been living in a kitchen. I mean, it was fine. It just didn't go with what we have envisioned for this property. As we were living in it, one of the doors fell. That's how old it was and how bad condition it was already. The sink, it constantly leaked, so we could only use one side of the sink. So it wasn't perfect. So the first thing that we did is that we changed the appliances because that was something that we could access easily. So we went to OfferUp and we found secondhand appliances. We made sure that they weren't older than 4 years old, and we got a refrigerator, a kitchen range and microwave set, the whole thing, the microwave, the stove, and the refrigerator for $900. I think it was for $1,000 and we asked $900 or something like that. So that was a pretty good deal, and we weren't picky about the situation because, again, we're thinking this is a rental. Okay, this is not our dream house. I mean, it doesn't matter. We've been renting for a while and we've noticed that a lot of the appliances that we've used, they're old and they're dated and they still work, so we're fine with it. As long as it looked nice. We like the stainless steel look because it gives it this elevated look of something nicer, fancier maybe. So we really liked the idea of it being stainless steel rather than white. And also for the area where we're at, we're in a nice area and we want to attract good renters. So we tried to decorate this whole thing as something that we would feel attracted to before we became extremely frugal. That way we can also charge more. I have horrible allergies. Oh my gosh. When the cabinets finally arrived, we actually had my parents-in-law come here to help us, which was a very fun visit. You can go check it out in the vlog about the cabinets. And they came for like 3 days and they helped us tear out the cabinets first and then put the cabinets both in the kitchen and in the bathrooms. We have 2 bathrooms, so they helped us put the cabinets up. Why are you in timeout? What did you do?
You know, I'm always doing things that I'm not supposed to do.
The countertops, we got laminate countertops from Lowe's that looks like marble. So we use that. The reason why we decided to go with laminate was, one, because of the cost. We were looking at quartz, but then realized that in quartz, you can't even put hot things on the surface. It's like it just looks like granite, but they don't work like granite. You can't put hot stuff on it. So we were thinking, I mean, we'd rather have a renter ruin a laminate and we have to replace it than a renter ruin a quartz for putting hot stuff on the surface. So we just decided to go for the cheaper option. Worst case scenario, it's cheaper to replace. We like the idea of an all white kitchen. We thought it would look very nice with the color of floors that we picked. We got a deeper sink as well. This was something that we picked because of our experience as renters. And we've seen other friends where they are renting, they have the deep sinks and it just gives it an elevated look as well. So we feel that that might give us a chance to rent for a little bit higher as well, because it has this like added features all around. Not only it is nice looking, but it's very convenient for the day-to-day use. My parents-in-law weren't able to help us finish the whole thing. We were left to finish up doing the tiling. So after my parents-in-law left, we worked on tiling. So we first put the adhesive in the wall, then we put the tiles, and then we grouted the whole thing. For the tiling, we honestly had to work in little by little because the adhesive dries up very quickly. So the first time we put too much of adhesive, but we didn't tile quick enough. So we just decided to go little by little for the next wall. That way it sticks better. We got the basic, I'm not sure how you call this kind of tile. Gosh, I wish I knew the name so I can sound more professional or something. Anyways, we used that. It was the cheapest one. We were looking into other nicer ones, but we just decided, you know what, this is the cheapest and it's also trending, so all good. And we used white grout. Ben wanted to use darker grout. I personally think that is a trend that is about to fade, so I'm happy that we ended up using white grout. And just the contrast with the handles and the floors to me is enough. I think that's pretty much it. The biggest thing with the kitchen of why it was a journey by itself, honestly, is because of the time it took. We just finished it. The only thing that's left is some electric stuff. Something like popped in the something. I don't know. Yeah. And the dishwasher, we haven't been able to install the dishwasher, so this week an electrician and a plumber, actually a handyman, is going to come and help us with that. And it is almost the middle of March, so we got the property in the end of October, and finally in mid-March we've been able to finish up the kitchen. I think that's something that you should keep in mind. Make sure that the place that you get your cabinets, because that was the biggest thing, the place that you get your cabinets, make sure to check reviews and to check that they actually deliver on time. And maybe not do it like us, that we ordered the whole thing around Christmas time. Seems like Christmas time and New Year's is a time where a lot of people like renovating their houses for some reason. I mean, we didn't do it because of Christmas or New Year's. We just happened to close the deal during that time. And I think that delayed as well the arrival of the cabinets. So don't do it around that time, especially if you're planning on renting the property. Thankfully, we already have the other unit rented out. We bought it with a renter and we were planning on living in this one. If we were planning on maybe renting both out, or if there weren't any renters, I'm not sure how we would have done this. Cover the mortgage for like 3, almost 4 months with no cash flow in, that would have just killed our investment. So that's something that you should keep in mind. Like, try not to work around Christmas time, because you might run the chance of not having your stuff in time, or for it being sold out or things like that. Another reason of why it has taken us so long is because we both have jobs. When we first got this property, Ben took some time off so that we can work on the ceilings. You know, we used to have popcorn ceilings, so we could put the flooring so that we can do everything else. And he took like 2 weeks off. But he just can't take all of his weeks off forever, because every time that he takes off time, yes, he is helping in the property appreciation, but he's also losing money because he's not taking hours from his work. He has a good paying position, so we do miss out, you know, in a decent amount of money when he takes days off. So that's why we're thinking of contracting actually for the next unit. We're not going to be doing it ourselves. We've learned, all good, but it just doesn't make sense for us financially because we have jobs that pay well. So because of that, we've been able to just continue doing the tiling and the grout and fixing everything up only in our free time. So usually in the evenings or in the weekends. Anyways, here's like a reveal. Let's go do a little before and after for your enjoyment and mine too.
My darling, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you.
all that I had to share for today. I hope this video was helpful or inspiring or just gives you ideas of things that you can do. Not long ago, Ben and I, we were sitting in the couch and we were talking about our dreams and like what fires us up. Ben was telling me how what fires him up is just the idea of traveling around the world and experiencing the beauty that the world has to offer us, just the natural beauty. And it was funny because we were just talking about the future and imagining how everything is going to be, and we're in the middle of this like completely messy living room because we're couch flipping, sitting in one of the couches that we're trying to sell. And I just said, I think it's going to be so funny once we reach out all of these goals that we're talking about and look back and say, remember when we were talking about this while we were sitting in the middle of a mess on one of the couches that we were flipping. This is what keeps us motivated. We have a vision. So yes, we're living in a mess, and yes, we're going through a process that is taking longer than we thought. Things are not necessarily going perfectly, but we are happy because we have a vision that we're working towards. You just learn to enjoy the journey. We're enjoying our journey. A lot of people might see this like a struggle, like, oh my gosh, a burden, but it's just not. It's not for us because we're enjoying our journey. We know where we're going, and we know this is part of the journey, and this is part of the story that we're going to tell in the future. Although I'm already telling it right now. But what vision do you have? Do you have a vision for your future? Is there something that you're working towards? Is there something that you're doing right now that maybe you're sacrificing right now because you are looking to achieve something specific? If it is, please share down below in the comments. Let me know, what are you sacrificing right now, and what is the vision that you have in your heart? And yeah, that is all. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.